Hello everyone and welcome back to more Fantasy Life I. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys where you can find the ultimate True of Time recipes. In the video I made about the most hidden armor set in the game, I already covered how you can get these True of Time recipes, but I already had at least one person in the comments tell me that they didn't even know these recipes were a thing. So that tells me that I should probably make a dedicated video on them. So without any further ado, let's get to it. First off, I'm going to show you how you can get these recipes, and at the end of this video, I'll tell you guys how good they actually are and how they compare to some of the other tools, weapons, and shields. So a long time ago already, I made a video covering where to get all of the of time recipes. They're pretty much located all around Gynormosia. Go check out that video if you don't have these yet, because you will need to have the normal of time recipe in order to get the true version. So that is step one. Watch that previous video I made where to get all of these recipes, and after that what you need to do is you need to actually make or craft them. So over here, let's go to the needle of time. I have not made this one yet. It's gonna require some legendary materials over here, such as the dawn horn and the shiny diamond, but the normal of time recipes are definitely not too bad to make. So let's go ahead and do that. This is gonna be a very easy craft, only 800 blacksmithing power required or recommended. So just like that, I think I made a perfect version of this item, but that doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you actually craft it once. So if we take a look at the recipe right now, it's gonna say at the bottom right to craft it, and that's all you need to do for step one of getting the True of Time recipes. So after making the normal variant, what you want to do is head over to any of the plundering panthers. These are going to be located in all 6 of the settlements over here in Gynormosia. So talk to any panther of your choice and he is going to mention the legendary tool you just made. So the Needle of Time is a legendary life tool, and wait, hold up, you've already got it? But the one I saw ages ago had a more this is the real deal kind of vibe, had an otherworldly gleam to it. What if you tried cramming some materials into it, then one heck of a new legend be born on the spot, and he is going to give you the True of Time recipe. So that's pretty much all you have to do to actually get these items. You just need to get the normal recipes. After that, you need to make them, and then you need to speak to the plundering panther, who is going to give you the ultimate version of the of time recipes. So just like that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, why would you want to make these, or how much better are they compared to the normal of time recipes and to some other really good end game weapons and tools? So let's start by comparing the True Needle of Time to the normal version over here. As you can see, they require a bit more blacksmithing power than with the normal one, but the biggest thing to take away is obviously seeing how much power you get from wielding this tool. So the normal Needle of Time is going to give you 363 sewing, and the true version is going to give you 495. So that's definitely a big step up compared to the normal of time recipe. But how much better are these true versions compared to the mysterious slate tools and weapons? So in case you didn't know, I already made a video covering the mysterious slates recipes as well, I think. Actually, I'm not sure if I made a dedicated video covering all of the different ones you can get. Maybe I should look into that, but if you didn't know, you can turn in mysterious slates, which is something you unlock after beating the main story. You can turn those into Edward, and he's going to give you a variety of recipes. Some of these recipes are going to be these tools over here, which you can make in 3 different types of quality. So if you make the Shahrazad needle over here in the legendary version, this is going to give you 429 sewing, which would be better compared to the Needle of Time, which only gave you 363, but 429 is obviously still way lower than 495. So these True of Time recipes are really the ultimate tools and weapons in the game. Now, there is still a reason why you would want to make the Shahrazad needle over here, for example, and that is because the materials required to make this are not that rare to get. Over here, the most difficult thing to get are probably the Icy Claws, which is a boss exclusive material, but it's a boss that you can just refarm every 5 minutes if you wanted to, so definitely not that difficult to get. But if we take a look at the requirements for the True of Time recipes, every single one of them is going to need 2 different legendary materials, and it's going to need 10 of each. So this one requires 10 shiny diamonds and 10 dawn horns. On top of that, you also need 1 skeletal horn, which is also a boss material, and 1 golden goat fleece, another boss material. They are not that rare to get, but they're also not the easiest thing in the world to farm. You also need the normal Needle of Time in order to make the true version, so you have to take into account that you already spent 3 dawn horns and 1 shiny diamond making this one. So ultimately, this one actually costs 11 shiny diamonds and 13 dawn horns to make. That is absolutely crazy. You guys know how difficult it is to get these dawn horns and to get the shiny diamonds. Actually, getting legendary materials, or at least getting a huge amount of legendary materials, is a big grind. So that's why most people are actually just going to settle for these tools and only upgrade to the true versions whenever they have legendary materials to spare. Now, if we take a look at the weapons over here, as you might or might not know yet, some of the weapons actually have an element related to them. So the Apocalypse Sword over here is of the dark element, for example, and if you were to attack a light element enemy with this weapon, that would deal a lot more damage than attacking with any other element. Now, the normal of time and true of time weapons don't have any element related to them, meaning they are neutral, so they should, I believe, deal the same amount of damage to every enemy in the game. Obviously, I think it's gonna deal less damage if the enemy has more defense, but the element that the enemy has should not have any effect on the amount of damage you deal with the true of time weapons. So comparing the normal of time, which has a 363 attack, with the true of time, which has a 495 attack, that is more than a 100 attack difference, definitely tells us that this is the ultimate weapon. But let's compare it to the mysterious slate weapon over here, 462 attack compared to 495. So the true sword of time definitely still has more base damage, but I do think you would be better off taking out a light elemental, for example, with the Apocalypse Sword over here than you would be taking it out with the true sword of time, because I do think the elemental effectiveness over here is going to make it so you deal more damage with the Apocalypse Sword than with the true of time sword. It is, however, way easier for you to just keep holding this weapon at all times, opposed to having to switch between the light and dark element weapons, because if you were to attack a dark elemental with the Apocalypse Sword, you are not gonna deal a lot of damage at all. That is not something you have to worry about with the true of time weapons, because they should not have any enemy that resists them. Please let me know if I made any mistakes though in the damage calculations over here, because to be completely honest, I am not too advanced into how some enemies receive damage, but from my understanding, the true of time weapons are definitely the strongest ones in general, which you would certainly hope they are with the amount of materials they require. But with that, that's gonna be it for this video. Please let me know if you already knew of the existence of the true of time recipes, because I am very interested in seeing how many people actually didn't know yet that these were a thing, and let me know if you have made any of the true of time recipes yourself already and how many you made. Me personally, I've only made one so far, the true rod of time, but I can't see myself making another one yet for quite some time. And with that, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff just like this, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Not even 5% of the people watching my videos are actually subscribed, so I would appreciate it a lot if you would do so. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, later. Bye.